So I saw this video, and this video was really triggering. So technically I'm looking kind of dusty, and so when I'm looking dusty, we have straight to the point conversations, and I don't feel bad about being blunt because I look dusty today.
Nobody is talking about this, but being a hairstylist was such an easy come up years ago. Okay, I've been in this industry for over 20 years, so I know. Okay, the industry has changed, so hairstylists ain't coming up like that no more. A lot of hairstylists in this industry, they are broke and stuck in survival mode. And one of the main reasons, and it's a lot of other reasons, but I'm going to give you at least two of the main reasons of why a lot of hairstylists is stuck in broken survival mode. But one of them is access. Products used to be exclusively sold to salons, to hairstylists. Clients couldn't walk in stores or order these products online if they life depended on it. It just couldn't happen, right? Because it was exclusively for salons or hairstylists. Now it's a whole bunch of access. And not to mention, everybody that is a hairstylist, because they want to make money on YouTube, they go and put their tutorials on YouTube. So now if I could go watch a YouTube tutorial and I could order the product online, what the hell anybody need us for?
She talks about basically how cosmetologists are hurting and all of the things that are going on in the field of cosmetology and how a lot of cosmetologists are struggling and things of that nature. But let's talk about something real quick. I feel like Black women's kryptonite is accountability, and it's on you today. I have made multiple videos, right? Multiple videos about Team Natural and how Team Natural came into this industry and ruined it. When I say Team Natural, you're probably thinking about these people, right? Like, you know, your twist outs and your wash and goes, but that goes way back. Because even though now today in 2026, Black women are complaining about how nobody has a license and oh my God, these people are so ghetto and nobody follows really, there are no real cosmetologists. Nobody gives consultations. Everybody's complaining, but did y'all forget that Black women fought so they wouldn't have to go to cosmetology school? Black women fought to not learn the science of the human body or the scalp because all they wanted to do was braid.
This Arizona woman does so much more than style hair. She made history. Arizona native and accomplished stylist Essence Farmer has been braiding hair since the age of 12.
I think a lot of Black women just got to a place where they wanted to embrace their natural and authentic selves and their own beauty because we've always been shown another standard.
Her iconic hair design featured in Essence magazine and in the National Museum of African American History in Washington, D.C.
Whatever flows out of you, you give to your client, and your client's able to just be able to wear it as almost a piece of art.
But it wasn't always easy for her to be that artist. Arizona law made it difficult to open up her own hair braiding salon.
So they told me I had to have a license.
At the time, Arizona's Board of Cosmetology required 1,600 hours of classroom instruction, even though not a single hour of natural hair braiding instruction was included in the program.
I took up issue with it because the things that I did, which was braids, locks, twists, they didn't teach nor did they test on it.
And at a cost of at least $10,000.
All that time that I would have spent going to cosmetology school and the money, to me, just didn't make sense.
So at just 23 years old, and with the help of the Institute for Justice, she challenged Arizona's cosmetology licensing laws, arguing they stifled job opportunities and suppressed a vibrant expression of culture.
It's just a lack of inclusiveness because of ignorance. If you don't have to really think about other people and include other people, you probably won't even, make concessions.
In April of 2004, then Governor Janet Napolitano signed Senate Bill 1159 into law, allowing all natural braiders to practice their art without the hurdles.
I realized I made history.
Essence now travels the world teaching and speaking on how to be successful in the hair braiding industry.
It's crazy to know that I've actually done something that will change the trajectory for many people who are in this industry.
Paving the way for braiders like Adelaide Good, who now owns Rare Essence Salon. She says her goal is to help build confidence in her clients, especially clients of color.
It has been seen so often how many times women and men and children have been discriminated based on certain styles they wear naturally, and it's so protective for our hair, but it's demonized.
But in recent years, she says attitudes towards black hair is evolving.
Parents with children of color who want to have locks in their hair or braids in their hair, I think they are starting to speak up a little bit more to make the change.
And as we celebrate this Juneteenth,
it's just the whole idea of freedom and being able to, be able to be you. I think that's the reason why I opened up Rare Essence, was to be able to make men, women, and children feel comfortable being their authentic selves and being free to be that, whether it's in their professional life and their personal personal life. And for many years, we didn't have a place to go.
All they wanted to do was natural hair. And so if you have to do natural hair, if you're a black woman, why would you ever need to learn the science of the human body? So they passed all of these laws, and these things are facts. But again, black women, you got amnesia. But I'll remind you. I'll always remind you. And just like I'm reminding you about Cardi B. Cardi B's telling y'all that her hair products grew her hair out, and that may be true. But I know for a fact that just a year ago, she was giving credit to this company for growing her hair.
Oh my God. Conditioner, oil. Look at my hair growth.
Right, the growth right here.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is really my fucking hair.
Look what is the dust.
What up, y'all? It's your girl Cardi B, and I'm getting my natural hair done. Those are coconut shreds because I did my coconut oil at home, but I didn't have a strainer. Anyways, just took my hair down. Took 2 hours. Now we detangled it. I'm done. Oh, my head. I hate getting my hair detangled. It takes like 30 to 40 minutes to do it. Those are the Botana products. I've been wanting to try because Dr. Seba said that Botana is good, so I tried it. I like the conditioner. I have my hair really nice and sleek. It didn't have the strong coffee smell that Botana usually have. But anyways, this is my hair blow dried, and this is my hair flat iron.
And I'm not making it up. If you click this link, I'll leave it in the pinned comment. You can still see her picture on the front because, girl, stop it. But like I said, women are so easy to manipulate. And not only are you easy to manipulate, your memory is very short-lived, but mine isn't, right? So after everybody fought to have these things set up to now you don't have to have a license. Now basically doing hair in some states is just as simple as getting health cards. There are certain states that don't play that, okay? In certain states it's like, no, your dusty ass is gonna have a license. It's a lot of states like that. Ties at work, so anytime I hear any sound, I'm like, what is that? So once the laws were out of the way, it was a free-for-all. And I don't care who feels a way about what I have to say, but oils and butters and greases, the majority of the people who first started pushing those things are licensed braiders, people who don't have a cosmetology license. And if you feel away, you just feel away. But not only do you not have a cosmetology license as a braider in the state of Nevada, I'll speak for the state of Nevada, getting a braider's license is almost the equivalent to like getting a health card, right? You watch a couple of videos on like sanitation and things of that nature, and then that's pretty much it. There's no like, oh, you have to go and be in a classroom and all of those things. And okay, yes, when it comes to the vanity metrics of doing hair and making hair look cute, yes, a lot of black women know how to do that on their own. But if you ask most black women if their scalp produces its own oil, they're going to tell you no. Why? Because most black women haven't studied that, and it becomes confusing. And another thing, I'm not just going to blame the consumer, I'm also going to blame the cosmetologist, because most cosmetologists are so cocky. It's so many cosmetologists that'll comment in my videos and be like, oh, the best thing for your scalp is oil and grease, and this is coming from a cosmetologist and an instructor of over 17 years. A lot of you will get offended when I say this, but your scope of expertise as a cosmetology instructor or as a cosmetologist is not the same scope of education as a trichologist. This is why even if you are a licensed cosmetologist and you are a licensed instructor for cosmetology school, you can't go and automatically start practicing trichology and call yourself a trichologist just because you're a cosmetology instructor. There are two completely different scopes of practice. So for you to say, oh yeah, I'm a cosmetologist, so that gives me expertise in oils on the scalp. No, it doesn't. Because as a cosmetologist, you have a pretty smaller scope, right? And I did a video here, so watch that video if you want me to break it down, because I already broke down the difference between a trichologist and a cosmetologist. Already did that. So now that you're back, your scope isn't as wide as most braiders and cosmetologists have made it. And on top of that, right, trichologists as well have came along and went beyond their scope, because they also don't have that regular knowledge of the everyday patterns of consumers, right, and of styling and hair practices, because they have two different scopes, right? When we're talking about a trichologist is only licensed to make cosmetic recommendations. When I say a cosmetic recommendation, a cosmetic product is something that just coats the face. It just coats the hair. It coats the top layer of skin and the top layer of hair. It cannot go beyond that first layer and make any type of changes or adjustments. Why? Because as a trichologist, you only learn the scalp disorders and the hair shaft disorders and a lot of different things that come to it and come with it. But your scope of practice when it comes to cosmetic products is cosmetic, because unless you are a cosmetologist, you don't have that wide of a scope, right? So a lot of trichologists, there are amazing trichologists that really dive into the science and don't just stop at their certification, and they go like, oh my God, looking at the sebaceous gland, looking at the stratum corneum of the hair shaft of the scalp, which is that top layer of skin, I can clearly see that oh my God, I'm causing occlusion if I'm putting occlusive products like petroleum on the scalp. There are people online that have told y'all, oh, she's a liar, she doesn't know what she's talking about. The petroleum and the stuff that's in the grease, it's not the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. I made a video in the description box below, but the grease in your jar, the petroleum in your jar, the petroleum that you protect the scalp with, and all of the things is the same petroleum that is extracted from the fossil fuel that lives in the bottom of the ocean. So the same thing that you're putting on the scalp is the same thing that you're pumping in your car. You make gas and petroleum from the same renewable source. And that's just that on that. And those are the things that you don't pay attention to, because as a cosmetologist, your scope isn't that wide. And if you take offense to that, that's on you, because I'm a cosmetologist as well. And as a cosmetologist, I had to learn that certain things were beyond my scope. When I began to be trained by dermatologists, the dermatologists I've been trained by and I'm being trained by is excellent. It's multiple dermatologists. They teach you that, hey, we stay in our lane. I'm not going to, if there's somebody, she told me, if there is somebody whose specialty is the knee, I don't have anything to say. Just because I have a PhD, my specialty is not the knee. So me being a doctor doesn't make me my specialty every part of the body. She told me that there's even as a dermatologist, there are certain areas and sections in dermatology and with specialties. There are certain specialties within dermatology, and some dermatologists don't step on other dermatologists' toes because they don't know, because it's not their specialty. But cosmetologists, they just think that anything that goes on the human scalp, anything that goes on the skin, because you have a cosmetology license, you are within your scope of practice to make those recommendations, and you're not. You being an instructor for 20 years doesn't mean that you have the same scope of practice and the same type of licensing to make scalp and follicle diagnosis. You actually can't do it. It's illegal. It is illegal for a cosmetologist to diagnose your scalp. So peep game, if I can't diagnose your scalp, if as a cosmetologist I cannot look in your scalp and say, this is seborrheic dermatitis, so put this on it, I can't do that. That is against the law. I can say, this looks like seborrheic dermatitis. We learn certain scalp and follicle infections, but we learn them on a very surface level. We learn them so that we know what it is. We know how to spot it. So that way, if somebody comes in and they have seborrheic dermatitis, or if somebody comes in and they have lice, or if somebody comes in and they have folliculitis, we know of whether or not we can take them or not. We know the risk to all of our other clients based on what we know about the human scalp. But that does not make you a specialist in scalp and follicle infections. You cannot diagnose with a cosmetology license. And if you cannot diagnose, how do you think you can treat? That doesn't make sense. And that's where a lot of the confusion is coming from, because you got cosmetologists diagnosing people with seborrheic dermatitis and telling them, hey, you got seborrheic dermatitis or you got dandruff, so put this oil on it. And that is where it's irresponsible. You know why? Because when we're talking about seborrheic dermatitis, when we're talking about dandruff, guess what that is? It's an overproduction of oil. So what's happening is there is an overgrowth of an imbalance of the microflora that lives on the human scalp. Watch the videos linked in the description box below, because I've told you guys about 35 out of over 1,000 different forms of yeast and bacteria that lives on the scalp. If you want more, if you want me to do a video and finish this series, then type more in the chat and or in the comments, and then I'll do that. But let's be realistic, because when we're talking about yeast and follicle infections in the scalp, the first thing, the number one thing that is going to increase and feed the microflora on the scalp is oil. And granted, the reason that you have an overproduction of oil, the microflora is off balance, and as the body's response is doing an uptake in sebum production. Where is the sebum coming from? From the sebaceous gland. You literally have a piece of your body, a gland in your body that has no other purpose than oil in the scalp. However, there are cosmetologists in my comments like, all you need is grease and oil. And I've been a cosmetologist and an instructor for 20 years. So what I say is bond, it's not. You've just been wrong for 20 years. And see, the problem is when me saying this is making a whole bunch of y'all booty holes tight, because it's like, who does she think she is? How dare her? How dare her? And see, that is why hairstylists and cosmetologists are hurting, specifically black hairstylists and black cosmetologists. Are there other industries that are hurting and struggling? Absolutely. Are they struggling at the same rate that black women are? No, they are not. We're not gonna sit here and constantly, oh, black women don't have money, they don't have money, we're broke, we're broke, we're broke. And then every time a celebrity comes out with a product, y'all selling them out in the first day, and they don't take EBT. So I'm trying to figure out, where is all of this brokenness coming from? Black women always, oh, black women, we are number one in spending. We're number one in spending. We're at the top of every industry. Is that because, oh, it's so valuable, or is that because y'all just spend money without even thinking? Y'all just put y'all money in any and everything. If somebody comes up with a new product, y'all gonna be the first person to do it. Black women gonna be the first people to sell it out. But you know the difference? And this is coming from a person who's worked around all races. This is coming from a person who lives currently around all races. And what I will tell you is this: most women from other races, when the product comes out, they wait. They wait and they let all of the people within their race group, they let all of them go out and be the test dummies. They like, go ahead, test dummies, y'all go see. Y'all go see. Y'all go ahead. And then if a big number of people don't get a bunch of results and that they like, if the majority, if over 80% of the people are not getting good results, guess what? They're not doing it. They're not gonna do it. Black women aren't like that. A person comes up with a product line, they tell you, yup, I used to be a stripper, I used to drug niggas and rob them, I used to do all types of stuff, but when I was younger, my hair was nappy and my hair didn't y'all some cockroaches. But when I was younger, my hair looked dusty. I look like a cockroach too. Just like you. I was looking like a cockroach. But I put this in my hair and I've been coming up with this for 3 years. And I've been using nothing but this for 3 years. Even though it's pictures of me all over this website and me saying, oh my God, my hair grew from the stuff that she used in my hair and from how she do my hair. But do we have to continuously pretend that everybody's out to get us and black women are just at such a big disadvantage and everything's so bad and so horrible? Like, I got this comment earlier and it's crazy because I literally just saw this video, the clips that I've been adding in here, and I add the creator in the comments, in the description and in the comments, I don't know, anyway. And I saw this video and it was so funny because in the midst, right after I got done screen recording what I'm about to play, I saw this video. And the truth of the matter is, black women rather complain than actually make a difference and do something. The distributor of Cardi's product may be doing that on purpose to ethnic people's hair because they hate us. Just my opinion, because all of these celebrity products... Love, we really have to stop saying stuff like this. Like, seriously, think about it. Really think about it. Think about the amount of money that it would take for them to make a whole separate product just for black women. Oh, a black woman's ordered. Let's go ahead and send them this product. It will cost them millions of dollars. And then what do they get out of it? Just to rub their hands together like Pinky and the Brain. We're taking over the world. We hate black women. It's girl. No, Cardi B did what all of these other celebrities have done. They see that when they need to make a quick buck, all they gotta do is show they hair or show y'all whatever y'all gonna believe, and y'all are going to make them millions of dollars. Y'all gonna sell their product out every time. So that's what they do. That's all that happened. There is no plot. Oh no, Cardi doesn't have any responsibility. It's her people. No. Her next comment is, yes, that's how I feel. And she said, I understand what you're saying. It was just my opinion because it's not just hair. It's the food and the water, etc. That's it. I do buy celebrity products because one, I think she's supposed to say I don't buy celebrity products because one, I can't afford it, and plus my hair care has been working for me, so I just use the same products from when I was a child, but take care. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna leave off that because you literally made a comment saying that everybody's trying to kill us, and that's why products is like that. So I said, the things that you say hold weight. Your original comment and your reply are two completely different layers of energy. So say what you mean and mean what you say the first time around, because when you leave comments like this, you just make room for all types of people to come along and just start having all of these arguments about how much people hate us, where in reality the only accountability goes to black women and what they choose. So I can't agree, because nobody twists black women's arms or hands or legs to make them go and purchase certain things. Actually, people like I can't agree, because nobody twists black women's arms or hands or legs to make them go and purchase certain things. Actually, people like me are constantly telling y'all not to do those things, but the people who tell y'all not to do things, y'all call haters. So you can't say that the world is trying to attack y'all when y'all attack the people who try to keep you from getting taken advantage of. Accountability, sis, that's all I want to hear from anybody. Then she goes, account for what, ma'am? What did I do? And both answers are right. It is hate on us everywhere. I get it at the grocery store, the doctors, every fucking where. So I stand by what I said because of my experience. Again, I just said I don't subscribe to celebrities, and you are speaking to an individual, not a crowd of people right now. You can't say what I need to do because you don't know shit about me. And I do agree about that stuff you pointed out, but there's a laundry list of things that others do to spit our culture, to spite our culture. So excuse me for voicing my opinion about my experience. Goddamn, you're not going to change my mind. It's my opinion. That's it. First of all, I'm not talking about you, girl. I don't know you, woman. And one thing that my daddy used to always tell me is that you take you everywhere that you go. And just look at the way you talking to me. Look at you in this thread from beginning to end. You cussing and all types of stuff. I'm not sure who you talking to. So this conversation is going to end right here. You've went off in left field, and the only negative energy here is you. Look at, because listen, you take you with you wherever you go. And if this energy is the energy that you have when you walk into the doctor's office, that's why you experience the negativity that you experience. Because I can promise you this, if you came in my studio with the energy that you got on you right now, if you was talking to me in person the way that you talking to me in my comments, you would have the same opinion of me as you do of everybody else. So it's not everybody trying to attack black women. It's you. Sorry. So please don't think that this message is just directed towards you, because there'll be hundreds of people that'll listen to our thread from beginning to end. But this is what I mean by black women are not victims. You get the energy that you let out. And again, if you came in my studio with this energy, I would match your energy. So everybody's a mirror. You're looking at yourself. People bring you the energy that you bring them. You took this video left field, girl. Her response is, there you go, getting offended because you sensitive and you spoke sounded like you were talking to me. You are not from my racist ass town. I think she's trying to say you're not from my racist ass town. And actually, I cuss like this every day, all day, even when I'm not mad and I'm not upset. You taking it that way. Y'all are insane. Y'all are absolutely insane. Do you see how this went? I'm not mad at all. This is how I talk. Just like you said, this is how I talk. I talk like this all the time. Well, it sounds like you a little too soft to talk like this. And it sounds like you're a little too soft to be like that all the time. Because if this is the reaction or this is the energy that you give in other people, it makes sense to why you get a negative reaction everywhere you go. It makes complete and total sense. Accountability. No, thank you so much for being an example, because this whole entire thread is going to be a video within itself, because it's so funny how you dropped an energy, I responded to it, and now I'm offended. Nobody's offended. I just think you're extra. You, instead of you having to reply is, oh, now you offended. Girl, nobody's offended, but thank you, because I'm definitely going to use you as an example, like storybook example. Oh my God. Like this woman, she made a comment basically like, oh, you know, it wasn't, she made a comment on the video that I did about Cardi B's hair products. And her comment was, oh, well, I don't think that it's Cardi B. I don't think that it's Cardi B's products. I think it's the distributors. The people that are selling us, the people that are distributing the products out for Cardi, they hate us. They hate black women. So the black women gotta get a whole nother different bottle than everybody else get. And we get a completely different bottle. That's stupid. That's stupid. Because the truth of the matter is, the main reason, in my opinion, when I looked at the ingredients, because I did it for the first time, I didn't do a video breakdown of the ingredients. I will, if I get enough comments, it's like, oh my god, so do a scientific breakdown of the ingredients, then I will. I don't have anything negative to say about the ingredient complex of Cardi B's products. The problem that I have is that all of these different, and it ain't just Cardi B, all of these different celebrities that constantly want to step into lanes that do not belong to them. The problem with her product is it's being marketed the wrong way. It should be being marketed as a protein treatment, because that's what it is. It is a very, very aggressive protein treatment. All of her products are extremely protein rich and psyllium rich. All of the properties of the ingredients within her products all put a coating on the hair shaft. There are no, even the fibers, there's a certain patent technology. It's to put a coating on top of the hair shaft. None of the ingredients are for any type of internal transformation. And none of you did the research, because you could literally go type it in ChatGPT. Hey, write down give me a list of all of the ingredients of Cardi B's products and what they're for and what the main usage is for, and it'll tell you. It's so simple. And you don't have to use chat. It's just the easier, faster way to search the web, because all ChatGPT is basically an AI system that goes in and searches the whole internet and then comes up with answers based on the majority of the data that they're finding on the internet. It's not always valid though, because most of the time for me to get a set answer with ChatGPT, we gotta argue. Because if I ask ChatGPT, what's the healthiest thing for a black woman's scalp, the first thing ChatGPT is gonna tell me is oil. And the reason that it's going to tell me oil isn't going to be because it's right. It's because the majority of black women, that's what they post. The majority of black blogs and all of the things, that is what they post. But then if you come back with, well, oils are occlusive, they do this to the stratum corneum, they do XYZ, and you put all of these things in, ChatGPT is going to turn around and be like, you know what? You're right. Actually, you're right. What I actually meant was, tell you like, hey, I got this from the majority of the people that I've been seeing online. The majority of websites, when I search the web, this is the majority of what I find, but you're right. And then you could also ask ChatGPT, hey, give me medical journals. Don't give me answers from blogs and stuff like that. Give me answers from peer-reviewed studies and from medical journals. Give me data from universities. Give me like educational content that researchers and scientists are looking up. And the type of ChatGPT that you'll have is completely different. And you don't even have to use AI. Do the same thing on Google. Instead of the best hair growth tips for curly hair. If you just type that in, all that's gonna pop up is a whole bunch of Team Natural bullshit. A whole bunch. But if you type in scientific ways to increase hair growth on an internal level with peer-reviewed studies that back it. No oil, stop asking, what do I put on my scalp to make my hair grow? No, your hair grows in your gut. So why are we constantly asking ourselves, what do we put on our scalp to make a system that's happening within the gut happen faster? It doesn't even make sense. And this is why I say the things that I say. This is why I got on cosmetologists' heads the way that I got on them, because we don't go that far in cosmetology school. We don't go that far. What are you doing other than blocking the pore by putting oil on the scalp? Even if the oil is comedogenic. Comedogenic basically means it can block the pores of the follicle. Non-comedogenic means that it can't block the pores of the follicle. Even if it's a non-comedogenic oil, let me ask you a question. I have wood floors in my house. If you have wood floors in your house or anything that's not carpet, when does your floor feel cleaner? When there's no oil on it, or will it feel better if you take oil and squeeze it all over the surface? What's gonna happen? These are the things that you got to think about, but most don't. And all the cosmetologists watching, what about the oils that you're adding to the scalp are better than the oils that are naturally coming out of the pore? And do you think it's easier or harder for the natural sebum that's flowing out of our client's scalp to reach the hair shaft? What do you think is harder? Do you think it's harder with a scalp that doesn't have oils on it? Or do you think it's faster for a scalp that does have oil on it? These are the things that you got to think about. But black women have demonized everything. Think about it. Y'all demonize all of the professional brands, right? At the beginning of Team Natural, oh, they just trying to get our money, they just trying to rob us, da, 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 da. All of the Team Natural brands took over, right? All of the Team Natural brands took over. So y'all was rocking with all of the Team Natural stuff for a minute, and all of the professional cosmetologists told y'all exactly what was gonna happen. But we were haters for decades. We were haters for decades. Our aunties, our grandmas were in court fighting against y'all dusty aunties and grandmas. Y'all new little Team Naturals, y'all think y'all doing something new. Y'all not doing anything new. Y'all are the children of the first group of women that I showed you already. Y'all just they kids. And y'all still ain't learned shit since they did what they did. And so now in 2026, instead of everybody be like, damn, this is the result of what we did. This is what happens when you take science out of hair care. This is what happens. And instead of all cosmetologists staying 10 toes down, y'all all switched roles. That's why you got all of these Team Natural salons. Everybody just switched it up. Oils and greases and butters, oh my, and all of the things. And it's annoying. And now we're at a place where, oh, the only thing that a black woman can wear is her hair natural or her hair in 2-strand twist. And if her hair is in any other way, she doesn't love herself. And she's not a real black woman. And that's coming in another video. But it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Meanwhile, other women wear their hair however they want. And don't nobody say nothing about them. And they have the same type of balding and inflammation that we do. And they wear lace fronts just as much, if not more than we do. But when you see a woman of another race with a lace front, you're not even going to think that it's a lace front. You're not even going to hesitate. You're going to be like, oh, she got long hair. You're not going to double look. You're not going to try to find the tracks. But oh, if you see a black woman who has long hair, she got to part her hair. You got to see her scalp. All of the things. The problem is coming from the inside. So it's annoying to hear, oh, what's going on? What's hurting the black community? Oh, why is hair salons, why are hairstylists hurting so bad? Because y'all picked YouTubers over cosmetologists, and the coldest part about the shit is some of the YouTubers that y'all picked over the cosmetologists are now cosmetologists. Oh, now it's like, oh, poor us, and I don't care if it makes people feel away, because I am one of the cosmetologists that went through that. And it literally makes you like doubt yourself. It makes you regret all of your life's decisions, because you went to cosmetology school thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna retire from this. This is gonna be so amazing. Just for the same group of women that you're going to school to help. These are the same women who fought so that your license doesn't even matter. And it's absolutely ridiculous. They fought so hard. Now the Team Natural lingo is getting into cosmetology school. Now the same practices that YouTubers are teaching y'all online, now it is going to be a part of cosmetology curriculum. And to be honest, that is one of the main reasons why I don't want to do hair anymore. Like, that's one of the main reasons why I have decided wholeheartedly me and cosmetology are done, because I just don't want to be a part of the cosmetology field in that sense. I think it is absolutely disgusting what they're doing from an educational standpoint. So that is why I am now within education, within trichology, and other